I did save, so.
Well now.
Ah, you don't use chat pad songs. Okay. I was wondering where it was, because usually you see the song request pop up. So we have Monokuma and Cub Theater.
Yeah.
Oh, I need that. He has betrayed his Earthside ancestors.
Huh? Now then.
Uh-huh. Oh, do you want out now? You want to leave? Both of you? You both want out now? Okay, then. Back to it.
I feel like we're getting close to the gory part. It's making me nervous.
Yeah, he spoke and nobody made a deal out of
I know
it.
who the culprit is, but I'm not paying attention, so it's okay.
Yeah, but there's one thing we do know. The line between victim and attacker ain't as clear as you might think.
Never is.
I suppose that's one lesson we can take away from this case.
I cut off the leg before the poison spread. By spring, flowers will grow from the stump.
I think you need to go lay down there, Monokid.
Say something already.
Your tongue-tied silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute! None of that is possible! Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout. When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro? Were you really together the whole time? Huh? What do you mean? I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time. Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
Nope. There was a brief moment. Where Shuichi ran off by himself to check the basement.
That's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro!
No! Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
How do you know that?
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner. Or all our lives will be lost here.
Creeper with a point.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction.
I think that's emotions. Why couldn't he have killed Rentaro? Well, the security sensor going off is a start.
I get it. The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the classroom. It only rang after Rantaro moved the hidden door, which means he was still alive. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Kaede. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase?
God,
It was
that
Shuichi,
face.
right?
That's not even the scariest face he gets. It's a freaking Oni massacre face, and it's not the worst one. But this is a point. Shuichi did set up the sensor.
Yeah, Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Kaede?
No, I didn't check.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
Shuichi pretended to place the sensor on the hidden bookcase store. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
Is that possible?
That would cause Kaede to assume that someone had moved the bookcase.
I see! Sneaky little fucker!
So if Shuichi isn't the culprit, we better find something. We better find something to prove his innocence. And now it's finally time for the white noise, and the reason for the left click being around. Our left click is our little silencer. It's going to shoot out the beam that gets rid of the white noise. We should be used to this by now. It gives you time bonus. And you do get a few potential upgrades to the silencer as well. I've got one equipped now for machine gun.
The security sensor was
Which
on.
allows you to just rapid fire by
The
holding
moving
down the
bookcase
button.
isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot could make that mistake.
So it should be fairly obvious what we gotta do. The hat is in the red zone,
The
yep.
security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The
That
sound
should be fairly
Kaede
obvious,
heard
even though I
came
just
from
missed it.
the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor go off, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot could make that mistake.
Yeah, he's busy logic driving. So
The
let's
security
actually see
sensor
if I
was
get it
armed,
this time.
but the moving bookcase isn't what
No, that's wrong. Wait a minute. This is weird. If the security sensor wasn't placed, then
Then how did we get photos?
we wouldn't have been able to take that picture. We were only able to get it because the sensor was triggered by the hidden door.
Oh, that? Pfft, easy to explain. Well, you see,
He doesn't have an answer. By the way, has anyone that doesn't know the outcome of this case noticed anything about the photos? Just anything different about one set of the photos compared to the others? Just curious.
I guess you're right. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
You're giving up that easily?
Yeah, I mean, whatevs. I made a mistake, big deal.
You speak as if you knew that from the start. Even I was taken in.
So you see, Shuichi can't be the culprit.
Now wait just a minute. The security sensor had a power supply, so what if it went like this? The security sensor was set up on the bookshelf, and Shuichi had its receiver. However, Shuichi turned the receiver off.
Huh? How come?
That
I
would
didn't
get
say
you a
any- I
picture,
didn't see
but
anybody
no
say
alarm when
anything about
Rantaro moved the bookcase. Then, when Shuichi says he's gonna check the basement, he actually goes to the library. And thanks to the 30-second interval, he's got time to go in after Rantaro.
He could have collected the sensor from the hidden bookcase after killing Rantaro.
I see. Then he caused the receiver to go off in front of Kaede to trick her.
It's certainly plausible, considering that Shuichi knew about the intervals.
How needlessly complicated. But I guess it's not impossible.
Then, Shuichi really is the culprit?
So the ultimate detective is the killer. What a plot twist!
Not for this game.
Wait! Why do you guys think he's the culprit? Shuichi, please say something. Why aren't you saying anything?
Having a hard time coming up with the defense for himself, isn't he?
Shuichi, what's wrong? You're not culprit, are you?
Hey, you gonna say anything? We'll all vote for you if you don't.
Are you okay with being the culprit? Are you ready to turn yourself in?
Everyone suspects Shuichi, but Kaede believes in him. But why isn't he saying anything if he's not the culprit? Yeah, Shuichi.exe, I guess, is what you were putting there. And yes, here we go. Here is the lie tutorial, where we get to commit perjury. There are no lies in this tutorial, but we will have to tell a lie. Yeah, this is a new mechanic. This one and the one immediately following are both very new. Basically, when you have a bullet up, you hold down the trigger button, in this case right click, you hold it down and the bullet changes to a lie. To where you see, if you look up in the corner, in the lower right corner of the game window there, it changed from Monokuma file to Monokub's file. So every bullet has a lie associated with it after this point. You couldn't do it before this that I think about, that I know of. But yeah. The thing is, you hold down the trigger button to bring out the lie, and as you do, it drains your focus gauge. So you only have a limited amount of time you can actually have the lie available. So you gotta know when to use the lie. And it's gonna bring up something here in a second. Yep, we had to refute lies, but now we get to lie ourselves. Select the truth bullet like normal. Right click and hold, and suddenly the lie bullet will flip. Release mouse button with the shoot the lie bullet. When you lose lie bullet, you get a perjury. While you're lying, your influence gauge drains, but if you're successful, you get it all back. If you miss with the lie bullet, you take damage though, and then you have to wait for your influence gauge to refill normally. And yes, there is a secret way to advance debates using lies at just the right time, where you will sidestep bits and pieces of them. It is called the back door. I kinda sorta know the back doors, but I'm not 100% sure on them, so I won't be showing them off now. When I'm closer to done with this, I may go back and make a video of just the back doors. Once I confirm where they are, that type of thing. But we won't be doing that here, at least not to my knowledge. Back route, not back door. Because the problem with searching for those is, while you're lying, your influence gauge drains, and if you miss a lie or you lie on the wrong thing, you take damage. So just checking each and every possibility means your heart gauge runs out in a hurry. So basically you have to do it and then, you know, you basically have to go one statement at a time, reload, and then go to the next one to try to find them. It takes a lot of time to try to find them if you can't intuit which ones are which. So anyway,
Let's go over the case one more time.
The security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the receiver.
But he had it turned off.
And so when Rantaro moved the bookcase, a picture was taken without the alarm sounding.
Then, taking advantage of the camera's interval timer,
Shuichi hid in the library and murdered the shit out of Rantaro! And then, he grabbed the security sensor from the bookcase and returned to the lookout spot. Afterwards, he set off the receiver in front of Kaede on purpose to make her think the murder had just happened. Praise be Tua! We've solved this case! So Shuichi was just using Kaede.
Let's go over the case one more time.
so this
the
is
security
actually...
sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi...
I'll turn this lie into the truth.
So we had to lie about it.
Sorry, you guys. I forgot to tell you something important.
Yeah, she has divine eyeball plants.
Forgot?
So instead of saying that he had the receiver, we get to lie and say we had it.
To tell you the truth, it was me. I had the receiver.
Huh?
So that's why there's no way Shuichi could have turned off the receiver.
You've heard in mother-in-law's tongue? That's mother-in-law high.
If that is true, then the entire premise of the argument thus far is wrong.
And Shuichi knows we're lying.
Of course! Come on, would I lie to you guys?
Yes.
That'd only screw yourself over. If we mess up, you're dead too, you know.
Or perhaps you wanted to cover for Shuichi, even at the cost of your life.
Yeah, Katie's not a very good liar.
Huh?
I cannot imagine why anyone would risk their life to lie on another's behalf.
Words from a true heartless robot. Emotions are only for meatbags.
That is a harmful stereotype. I can produce heartfelt remarks through calculations.
That's not how it
Like
works, man.
less than 3? Those kinds of
Oh,
calculations?
God damn it.
It's not so unthinkable. All hearts are blind when faced with radiant love. Doing anything for the one you love. Hasn't everyone felt that way before?
I need a shower.
I most certainly have, at least.
Shower.
You are. I'm sure that person didn't want your love.
Kaede and Shuichi are pretty buddy-buddy with each other, so I wouldn't doubt that. Plus, the way Kaede just acted right now, I'm pretty sure she lied. A talented liar like me can spot other people's lies easily.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys think? To believe or not to believe Kaede?
I do want to believe Kaede, but Shuichi does seem pretty suspicious. He has been strangely quiet for a while now, which is classic degenerate male behavior.
Yeah, I agree.
Shuichi is the only person here who's suspicious.
So we all agree that Puichi did it? Then let's just vote already!
No, I still think it is too soon to determine
Seems like
the culprit.
we're kind of divided on this point.
I agree. I sort of can't believe that Shuichi is the culprit.
Yeah, this ain't right.
I agree!
but I don't know if Atua agrees. 'Cause right now it's his nap time.
God damn it, Atua.
This is quite troublesome. It seems our opinions are on opposite ends.
How are we supposed to decide? We're split, right down middle.
Hold on.
Welcome to a new element.
Did you just say split? You did! I heard it! I heard it with my belly button microphone!
Why do you have a belly button microphone?
So wait, your ears don't do anything? The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own
more phenomenal trial grounds! Morphogenic, more phenomenal trial grounds.
More phenomenal trial grounds?
The trial grounds are gonna morph? Seriously? I totally want to see that!
Player Unknown's trial. Oh god. We're gonna get loot boxes, aren't we? So welcome to the other new, well, one of the new elements here. Hope actually got mentioned, yes. For the debate scrum. When you're split right down the middle, you go into debate scrum mode. Where we're split into two teams. They will say something, and in this case, you hid what you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi. We've got to find one of our statements from one of our people that match that as for a rebuttal. You argue opinions against each other. Everyone's so fired up, the subjects of statements don't match, so you've got to line them up and make them match. Let's see right there. That basically tells you, yeah. And then once you're done, you get into a mode where you sit there and hammer things. So yeah, this is kind of a neat little thing. And you will do it at least once a trial that I've seen so far. Morphogenetic courtroom, that is correct. Yeah, you kind of have to read the... because what you're going to see... I have a skill that allows me to see the first person on the other side, the red side's keyword, but everyone other than that is going to be nothing but question marks. So... and then you have a finale. This is one of the stages where the A and S buttons were swapped, and you will see why that's a problem later. And this is one of the things that wasn't even in the demo. Some of the best new music in the game, too. Yeah, even the dead people get to rise up. Gives it all new meaning to all rise.
You hid what you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi.
Gota!
But Mew's silent about intervals, too.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have an airtight alibi.
Kaito!
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
So they all do fit together.
Shuichi and Kaede weren't together the whole time, were they?
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
Kibo!
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
But that's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it! We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
And now we have to button mash. So you see, if you get A and S in there, originally they were swapped, so you'd miss every single one until you
Everyone,
figured
you
it out.
have to believe me. Shuichi is not the culprit. If we vote for Shuichi, we'll be making the wrong choice. And if that happens, everyone will be executed. I definitely won't let that happen, even if it costs me my life.
Yeah, I really do like that mode.
Kaede.
I wish it happened more often.
Yeah, it's just like
But
Kaede
for
said.
storyline reasons,
Shuichi ain't the culprit.
Kinda hard to make that happen.
Gonta believe in Shuichi too. Gentlemen always believe in friends.
Well, if Shuichi's not our culprit, then who is?
We've already exhausted all possible avenues of discussion.
But if Shuichi isn't the culprit,
No
who
way.
is?
There has to be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think.
Who is?
Right,
Who
Shuichi?
else could be the culprit?
Huh?
Shuichi, even though you're not the culprit, you've been quiet for a while. It's because you realized something, huh? You're scared to reveal the truth.
Don't say anything yet.
I thought so. Shuichi, answer me this. What kind of truth did you realize? Don't be scared to say it. Not just for me, but for everyone else. Please, face the truth.
The picture.
Picture?
The picture from the camera aimed at the hidden door, just before the murder. I always thought it was suspicious, the way Rantaro was acting.
What's suspicious?
If you look at the picture, it looks like Rantaro is trying to remove the camera. But that must mean he noticed the camera we set up.
That's true. But when did he notice that?
I believe it was when the camera took its first picture. This picture was taken when Rantaro moved the bookcase. At that moment, something made him notice the camera. So he tried to remove it. That's when the bookcase closed. The sensor was triggered, and that's when this picture was taken.
If that is the case, we must find the reason why he noticed
So
the
we
camera.
are about to say why he would have noticed
You're
the camera.
confusing everyone! Except me, of course. Just get to the fucking point!
I've been contemplating what it could be. Why did he notice the camera? And the answer is...
What
in
about
this
this picture makes it pretty clear what he could have seen that would have made him notice the camera? And the fact, yeah, there's a flash going off.
I get it! Because of the flash, right?
Yeah, the other pictures were kinda dark
The
on the
flash.
other two cameras, but that one, the flash was
Yes,
going off.
the flash went off when the hidden door camera took a picture. Rantaro noticed the camera's flash.
But how can you tell the flash went off?
Well, if you compare it to the other pictures that we have. Remember the pictures that were taken when I took down the cameras? This is the picture taken when I removed the front camera. This is the picture from when I removed the rear camera. And this is the picture of Rantaro.
Whoa!
The brightness is totally different.
Same room, circumstance, and camera. And yet, there is a disparity in brightness. Because only the camera aimed at the hidden door had the flash turned on.
What was the purpose of leaving the flash on? Especially since it was meant to be hidden.
A mistake, maybe?
It's no mistake. There was an objective here. That camera was placed for another reason.
Another reason, huh?
Yeah. Somebody wanted to lure the mastermind.
I get it! The flash was used to lure whoever moved the bookcase to the camera. So when the flash went off, they would have noticed the camera right away. And that's exactly what happened. Rantaro moved the bookcase, noticed the flash, and then walked over to the camera. But the culprit didn't expect the camera to take another picture when the door closed.
Hey, Kaede?
What is it?
Is something wrong? You've been acting kinda strange.
Strange?
Your last few remarks carry more conviction than before.
Do you know who the culprit is?
Yep, I know. I've known for a long time.
Long time?
Because there was only one person able to set the flash on the camera. Isn't that right, Shuichi? The culprit of this incident is...
So, it's time to pick our culprit. And it can only be one person. And it ain't Shuichi.
No doubt about it.
There are many problems I have right now. I will get into them after the trial is over.
Well, this is as far as it goes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to the mastermind. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, Rantaro. I'm sorry, Shuichi. You stayed silent this whole time because you realized it already, right?
Yeah, the
But you
Hoge
can't
was
do
not
that.
enough to protect her.
It may be the end of me, but I want my wish to. I'm giving it to you, Shuichi. From now on, you're going to carry on my wish. You're going to protect everyone.
From this incredibly lazy writing.
Kaede, I know what you want me to do. That's so cool. It's cool, but... I understand. I'll do it.
We have just now got a perspective shift.
I won't let your wish
We are now Shuichi.
go ungranted. Kaede is the culprit.
Huh?
Kaede? did it?
Wait! That's not possible! Right, Kaede?
Shuichi doesn't need an Ahoge. He has the cool hat.
Kaede? Wait! Did she really... Just kidding!
Just kidding.
It's a pretty bad joke.
Did you guys really think I'm the culprit? Psh, come on, guys. Like I could. When Rantaro was murdered, I was in the classroom with Shuichi, remember? After that, we went to the library, and that's the first time I even saw his body. Plus, I never met up with Rantaro. I never had a chance to kill him.
Yes. No way Kaede could be culprit.
Jeez, of course not. Do you think I'm even strong enough to throw that shot? My hands are only strong enough to play piano.
Then accusing you of being the culprit is...
Yup, it's wrong. Shuichi's just joking around. He wanted to lighten up the mood. Right, Shuichi? No matter how you look at it, I couldn't have killed Rantaro with that shot.
No, I'm not joking around. Kaede definitely killed Rantaro.
Yeah, that was a pretty...
What the hell did you just say?
It seems as though Shuichi is serious after all.
Of course I am.
Why don't you tell me then? How did I kill Rantaro with that shot?
Yeah, how? You and Kaede were together the whole time, weren't you?
How Kaede killed Rantaro with the shot put ball should become clear when you consider where she used it.
Where she used the shot put ball?
Huh?
How many people have it figured
lost, you
out,
guys.
or had it figured out by this point? They still haven't given us one piece of evidence that just kind of shows it
I have an
outright
alibi.
yet.
When Rantaro was killed,
But
I was in the classroom standing watch with Shuichi.
Kaede never saw Rantaro. Then how'd she kill him?
It's important to establish where the culprit used the shot. We know that it was in the library.
Rantaro was killed in the library after all.
That's the only explanation.
In which case, it's impossible for me to be the culprit.
so this is where it actually starts getting, you have to intuit.
I have an alibi. When Rantaro was killed,
In this section.
I was in the classroom standing watch with Shuichi.
Kaede never saw Rantaro. Then how'd she kill him?
It's important to establish where the culprit used the shot. We know that it was in the library.
That's wrong!
Yeah, we know it wasn't in the library because nobody else was in there.
Kaede didn't use the shot put ball at the scene of the crime. She used it at the first floor classroom, where we were keeping watch.
Hold up. How could she have hit Rantaro with a shot from a different floor?
She rolled it. She rolled the shot from the first floor classroom and hit Rantaro.
That's a hell of a roll.
I am skeptical that she could perform such a feat of accuracy.
So it was a magic shot put ball? Yeah, that's not possible.
It is possible. If you do it at the right spot in the classroom, it will reach the library.
So it seems you already knew about that.
Shuichi is conflicted. And welcome back to the Hangman's Gambit. It's different. This time, the balls are going to be hidden in the dark, essentially. And we have to know what the key phrase is, and then we basically just have to click on the correct balls. The thing is, we only get a spotlight in the center and an occasional light ripple across that shows you which one is which. You will see as we actually play it. And yes, we have to select them in the correct order, much like other Hangman's Gambits, but this one is actually much easier. However, remember that we have not found all the hidden Monokumas for this chapter? Yeah, one of them's in here. They hide the hidden Monokumas in the games, in these little mini games. So it should be fairly obvious what the anagram is. If based on the letters, if nothing else. So let's go ahead. Here's the V, E, there's an N. So now I need to wait for the hidden Monokuma to show up. Which is right here. And then, boom, T.
I see now. The classroom's bent. If you were to roll the shot in there, it would reach the library.
I see. That air duct connects the classroom to the library.
So, the shot is rolled into the vent, passes through the duct, and comes out of the air vent above the library bookcase.
But how could she have hit Rantaro from all the way over there?
Yeah, Mukuro Ikusaba. However, Mukuro was killed by somebody. She was very much killed by Monokuma. But, you know, nobody among the students was the actual murderer.
The vent was way too far from Rantaro's body.
So it was just a coincidence?
And what I think is saying is that what Hyper was trying to say there was, is this another case where nobody actually killed, none of the students actually killed? But no, we're not that lucky.
What kind of coincidence is that?
What a mystery.
Something off about her that we didn't realize until just now, apparently.
The shot that fell from the vent. How did it strike Rantaro's head from that distance?
Yeah, that's impossible!
It's not like it started rolling on its own. It fell off the bookcase onto Rantaro's head.
Maybe the shot was on the floor. And Rantaro tripped over it, causing him to hit his head on the bookcase?
Watch out so you don't slip and fall!
What if Rantaro's corpse moved on its own? Like he was standing under the vent when the shot hit his head. Then he walked a few steps before he finally dropped dead.
Hey, Shuichi. Don't lose sight of the truth.
So, maybe you've intuited exactly how
The
this
shot that
happened.
fell from the vent. How did it strike Rantaro's head from that distance?
Yeah, that's impossible!
It's not like it's some...
I agree. It's just like Ryoma said. The shot rolled along the top of the bookcase and fell on Rantaro's head.
Nope, not doing the back rolls.
Along the bookcase?
I did say that, but would the shot have rolled that conveniently?
It has nothing to do with convenience. The shot rolled exactly how the culprit wanted.
Yeah, remember what Katie did in the library. Remember all the things she did, and this one kind of becomes really, really obvious.
They used books on top of the bookcases to direct the path of the shot.
The shot's path was directed by books? How would that even work?
Ah, it would be easier to explain with a floor plan of the library.
Yeah, so let's get that floor plan, shall we?
That's it! Mew, I recall that during the investigation, you said you would use your drone to make a floor plan.
Oh yeah! What happened with that? Ha! I've already developed the photos and drafted some sketches.
Then let's look at it. Maybe we all find clue.
Please, Mew.
Oh, want him that badly, huh? Fine. But now you owe me one.
Of course.
Voila! Feast your eyes on these babies.
Gee.
It's just as I thought.
What is?
See? The books are stacked like stairs from the vent to where Rantaro's body was found.
With even a nice little trench.
Oh! Shuichi is right!
Indeed, they are stacked like stairs. I did not notice when I looked up from the floor.
That would be difficult to notice.
I see. The shot rolled on top of these books, eh?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The shot was rolled into the classroom vent and came out in the library. If the vent was open, the shot would have maintained momentum. And you did that, right, Kaede? You made sure the vent was open.
Yeah, the clip art animations. Very much a style choice. Yeah, you can see part of this before the trial. There is a shot that shows it. Just enough.
Impressive. You have a really good memory, Shuichi.
You get a very brief view of the gap in the books.
When the shot came
right above
through,
where Rantaro
the stacked
is.
books made it change direction. It then rolled down the path made by the books. The books were stacked in rows so that the shot wouldn't fall off. At the same time, the books blocked the shot from view. Then, when the ball was directly above Rantaro, it changed direction, rolled along the groove of the open books, and fell on top of his head. And it was the camera flash that lured him to that exact spot.
A setup that complicated is almost like a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yep, that's why it was brought up earlier.
This mechanism? Well, it would be...
Wait, even with the Rube whatever setup, when did she roll the ball into the duct?
That's right! Wasn't Shuichi with Kaede in the classroom?
When did she roll it? Not hard to figure out.
That's it! The moment we ran out of the classroom. When the sensor went off, I ran out first, and then Kaede followed. But just before she left...
Yeah, she delayed.
I'm right, aren't I, Kaede?
Of course, the ultimate detective would remember all that.
Your words and that smile. Is this your admission of guilt?
It has 3.
Hold on! Don't just jump to conclusions! I've still got a lot of questions.
The vent is another element.
That's weird. Why do you sound so desperate?
There's nothing weird about it. There's just no way I can believe someone like Kaede would be the culprit.
Yeah, don't to not believe it either.
What?
Don't worry, Kaede. I'll clear your name.
And the final non-stop debate in this trial.
I refuse to believe that Kaede is the culprit. I still have my doubts.
Kinda doubts.
Doubts about the noise, of course. The library should have been quiet, right? If that shot was rolling through the vents, it would have made a ton of noise.
Indeed, so much noise. Rentaro would have heard.
Yeah, some noise ain't a big deal.
Of course it's a big deal!
Yeah, this should be fairly,
I refuse to believe that Kaede is the culprit.
fairly obvious.
I still have my doubts.
Kinda doubts.
Doubts about the noise, of course. The library should have been quiet, right?
Yeah, missed the
That's
spot.
wrong!
You saw how close to the center of that I was? That still didn't count for a V
The
count.
murder occurred while the Killing Game promotional video was being broadcast. So the library would not have been completely quiet at the time.
Oh. So that ghastly video drowned out the sound of the shot rolling.
What?
Kaito, are you done now?
Yeah, the hitbox
Damn
of those
it.
V points,
So it's
it
true then?
floats. It
You're
floats
saying
around a bit.
Kaede really is the culprit?
There are some you will hit dead
So
center
that
and it
means
will
most
work,
of
and there are some you'll
Kaede's
hit dead
sins
center
were
and it
committed
works
right
perfectly.
before Shuichi's eyes.
Yeah, it's not an exact
correct.
science.
I was with her in the class.
No matter what the hitbox, no matter what the target
moved
shows.
the vent grate aside. And when she lined up the books on top of the bookcase.
It should be pretty much anywhere in that square that surrounds the dot, but it's just not. they didn't program the V-points that well, sadly.
And it was the same when you took the murder weapon, wasn't it? You took the shot put ball when you got the cameras for Mew, right, Kaede?
Because what fun is it if you just simply stab or club somebody with a hammer? How much fun is that without the setup?
So you were
to go
hiding
around
it the entire time?
to try to frame someone else?
Where would she have even hidden it?
Where else is she gonna hide something?
That's it! Kaede's backpack. She was carrying the shot put ball in there. Despite its weight, it would have been easy to carry in a backpack. I noticed you also had a spare vest, which you could have wrapped it in. That would prevent the cameras you were carrying from being damaged.
Then that means all of this happened right in front of Shuichi. But we should not blame him for that. None of those actions warranted suspicion at the time, so we might not have noticed.
That clears it all up then. Every part of the crime Kaede plotted.
Sadly,
That can't
yes.
be. It's gotta be mistake, right?
But if all of that is true, then that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's Kaede, you know?
You and
She
your
kept
false
preaching about
sympathy.
working together, and then she goes and kills in cold blood!
No, something still doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
Kaede wouldn't do something like that.
Huh? You mean she's not the type? But you were the one that said she did it, right?
Yeah, but why?
Yes, I did say that. But murder in cold blood is just not in her character.
Yep.
I truly believe that. I believe in her.
But why do you still believe in me, Shuichi? Why? Tell me why! Why are you doing this? Are you still looking away from the truth?
Not at all. My belief in you is going to lead me to the truth. I'll show you what's behind all this. I'll show you your truth.
And one last tutorial. Okay, next to last. It's time for argument armament. You basically have to remove their armaments to get through. Nope, not comic assembly. We get this. Instead of the bullet battles that we've had in the past, we now have a rhythm game where we have to tap buttons. I am terrible at this. I am bad at this. Because you'll get where you have to tap, and then you'll get somewhere you have to hold for a beat. And I am not good at this. I'm going to probably take some damage here. Do not be surprised if I flub this a lot. I'll still get through it, don't worry, but I will flub it. Also, this is another place where the A and S keys were reversed. You'll see why. You'll see this is a severe impediment later. They have fixed it. But anyway.
You still believe in me?
I'm definitely the culprit.
think I wouldn't do it? It's all my fault!
This is the easy part.
Ah! I'm the one who killed Rantaro! That's the truth of this case! And that's all there is to it! I'm a terrible murderer! Ah!
Advancement 2,
Please stop!
faster.
Just stop! Remember what I told you? You have to fight for the truth. Shuichi, I know you can do this. If you say you believe in me, then don't look away from the truth. Please stop. Just stop. Remember what I told you? You have to fight for the truth. Shuichi, I know you can do this.
And what was she trying to do?
You know what I was trying to do?
The mastermind. It is a rhythm game. It actually goes by